eNCA's Siphamandla Goge brings us up to speed. He joins me now from the venue. Siphamandla, how long do you expect voting to take, and when will the announcement of the new leadership be made?
Voting is still underway. We expect it to take at least an hour to be concluded from now, but I think the challenge will be the issue of counting, because that's what usually takes time. If there had been issues with credentials, in the case of the 9th Provincial Conference of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, there have been no issues with credentials, so we do not expect that counting will take a lot of time. Bongamkize will show you voting delegates here are busy exercising their constitutional right. These are the delegates from two regions of the ANC. This is the Musadlala region. Those who are not familiar with the ANC politics in KwaZulu-Natal, Musadlala is located in Richards Bay. It comprises of areas in that part of the province, basically the north coast of KwaZulu-Natal. And then there is the Mbuso-Gubheka region of the ANC. Mbuso-Gubheka region comprises of areas such as Newcastle. It's formerly known as Emalahleni. These branch delegates are from those two regions. They are here to vote, to exercise their rights. Earlier on, I've spotted delegates from eThekwini region of the ANC, and I've also spotted delegates from other regions of the organization that have voted. So I think there are about 4 or 5 regions out of 11 that are left now to go inside that voting booth and cast their ballots. Then after that, we hope that the results, then they will be counting, as well as the announcement of the results, as we see NEC member Dakota Likhwete. Dakota Likhwete is part of some NEC members of the ANC that are deployed to KwaZulu-Natal. They include Dr. David Masondo, as well as Nokawe Mafu and others. So these are some of the NEC members of the ANC that are overseeing this process that is currently underway. It's a contest between Sihle Zikalala for the position of the provincial chairperson, as well as Siboniso Duma, former ANC Youth League leader in KwaZulu-Natal. So after voting, then delegates will come this side, which Bongamkize will show you. So they go inside that entrance, and then they vote. After casting their ballots, then they will come and leave this voting station to go back inside plenary and join other delegates that are inside plenary, and they are still busy discussing the issues of financial report that was presented by the former provincial treasurer of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, Nomusa Dubenyoba. I think we'll take a walk down here as we will try and get a word with Nokawe Mafu, who is the convener of NEC deployees of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal. I've spotted Nokawe Mafu here as she's trying to control this queue, and sicela nisibize Lusis Nokawe lapha. Sicela nisicele Lusis Nokawe. Sawubona Sis Nokawe, siyakucela please. Sorry to disturb. Nokawe Mafu is the convener of NEC deployees. Unfortunately, we can't go through this line because we don't want to interfere with the voting process of the ANC. We don't want to cause chaos. You know, ANC delegates can even question a simple thing. If you are not a branch delegate or a voting delegate, you cannot be on the floor where voting is underway. So we just want to get a quick update. So sorry to disturb you. We don't want to cross the line. We don't want to cause chaos for this conference. We are not voting delegates. How many regions have voted out of 11? Do you have any update for us? When do you expect this process to be concluded? Dakota Likhwete, NEC member of the ANC, how many regions out of 11 have voted? How many outstanding? When do you expect the results?
Look, we can't disclose the details of voting. Voting, you know, in any democracy, it's a secret. So far, we have had a number of regions that have voted. We still have others which are standing, but we are confident that we would have finished every work that we're doing before midnight today. Counting would have been done at the latest in the wee hours of the morning. We should be in a position to announce the results, or the latest by tomorrow morning.
What is happening after voting? Is the plenary still on? Are they still discussing the issue of the Treasurer's report that was presented by former Provincial Treasurer Nomusa Dubenyoba?
Look, as we are talking now, plenary is in session. We are taking each and every region one by one. In other instances, depending on the size of the region, we take two. So as we are talking, plenary is on to discuss all the reports, the political report, the input by the NEC deployee, Comrade TG, the organizational report, as well as the treasurer's report. All of them are being discussed inside there. So far, so good. We are confident. But also what we know is that by tomorrow, we will be finalizing submissions from regions in terms of policy discussion documents and how far is the process. So once we've tabled all of them tomorrow, we should be in a position to consolidate them and have a conference report in terms of what would be the submission of KwaZulu-Natal in a national policy conference.
Actually, just to add on that, the reports, as soon as they are concluded, the one that you are asking, they are discussing politics now. Balance of forces. Comrade David Masondo is here with us. They've just pulled him out to go and present at plenary a document on the balance of forces. So they are discussing politics now.
Would you have enough time, though, for policy issues on the point of socio-economic challenges? Because according to the program, the ideal situation would have been at least tomorrow is set aside for policy discussions.
But you also must remember the leadership of the province, once they have come in and they look at the program, they also have a right to call in a one-day PGC to discuss policy issues, to have a position if they feel that they didn't conclude on the discussion at this conference, so that they've got a concrete position to the policy conference. But we are very clear and sure that they will, because remember, as these elections and voting is going on, discussions are going on at plenary.
When will the voting of additional members of the Provincial Executive Committee take place then, in that case, if you anticipate to announce the results of the top 5 in the wee hours of the morning?
You know why we say wee hours of the morning? Because we don't want you guys to harass us. It might be earlier than that. But what we are clear of is that once the results of the top 5 are announced, we open the process of the additional members immediately. Everything in our power, we would like delegates to go to sleep having voted for additional members, failing which, in the morning when they come in, they vote and they go to plenary.
I know you said it's a secret, but which regions are voting now? Just the names of the regions.
Let me go and call the other regions.
Look, it's Mossadlanda that is voting for now. So we are calling them one by one, but I would not want to tell you the details because our limitations are that we can only announce results. We cannot announce the processes. So I just had to take you into confidence so that you see it's not a fake, it's real.
Thank you very much for time. Dakota Likhwete, one of the NEC members of the ANC, who is overseeing this process of voting, but also, most importantly, is part of a delegation of NEC members of the ANC that have been deployed for this 9th provincial conference of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal. Mossadlanda region is voting. Mbuso Kupega is also voting. Let's just take a look at that line that is going inside that voting station. You can see that it's a very busy line. They have spotted Mr. Mdu Mhlongo on my right. Mdu Mhlongo is the former mayor of Mossadlanda region, or rather should I say Umhlatuze municipality, former chair of Mossadlanda region. Let's see if we'll be able to get a comment from the former chair of the region here. Let's talk about this conference, the expectation from your region. What is it that we're expecting? But most importantly, the leadership preference that you are preferring for this conference.
Well, we're expecting, as you have seen, a united conference, a conference that will prioritize the needs of the people of KwaZulu-Natal and make sure that we put the people at the center of whatever that is discussed and the outcome of the conference.
Tolikwala from the same region, your expectations, particularly on policy discussions?
We're expecting to come out here with a strong leadership, strong discussions, and strong resolutions.
Thank you very much for time, Baba. These are voting delegates from the Musa-Dladla region of the ANC, one of the powerful and influential regions of the ANC. Out of 11 regions that the province has, 2 now are voting. Mbuso Bega from Newcastle, Musa-Dladla from Richards Bay. eThekwini, the biggest, has already voted. A number of them are still outstanding as NEC members. Dakota Likhwete and Noktawe Mafu were telling us that they are calling them one by one.
Thank you very much for that thorough update. That was eNCA reporter Siphamandla Goge.